And me, and welcome to the programme.
Well, first tonight, World Cup drama and England at last coming good.
Yes, across our region, thousands of people watched rather nervously in pubs, offices and even schools as Fabio Capello's team did manage to beat Slovenia to qualify for that last 16. Well, this was the moment that sent England's fans into raptures. Yes, Jermaine Defoe scoring the only goal of the game in the first half.
And after that, there were more than a few anxious moments before England got the win they needed.
Even so, they still finished second in the group to the United States, whose triumph, though, was enjoyed by hundreds of American servicemen and women in Suffolk.
Well, our correspondent Emma Baker watched the England match in a pub in Cambridge and joins us from there now. Emma, it must have been a pretty tense affair.
Oh, it certainly was. I tell you, what a difference a game makes. An hour ago or 2 hours ago, this pub was absolutely packed. We're here at the Regal in Cambridge, which claims to be the largest pub in England, and it was packed out. Used to be an old cinema, so certainly used to putting on some entertainment. And I can tell you, the crowd certainly were pleased with a 1-0 win for England. Now, of course, looking back for the fans here, carrying on celebrating tonight, looking back 3 o'clock seems like an absolute lifetime ago. So let's just remind ourselves of the story of this afternoon's action around the region. High summer, and across our region today, high drama. Would we stand the heat? On a baking hot June day, the hopes of the nation rested with our boys, thousands of miles away in the winter of South Africa. In towns and cities across East Anglia, they gathered ahead of the afternoon's entertainment. Spirits were high, but what about the confidence?
I think England are going to show that they've true grit today, passion. Rooney's going to come on form. We're going to win 2-0.
Jitters, lots of jitters. We'll hope for a good performance than anything. You can accept losing as long as they play well and put the effort in, which we haven't seen so far.
Optimistically, it's going to be an easy result for us after the last 2 results, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult than what I think we always expected.
Across the region, people made an extra effort to get to see the game. At Vauxhall in Luton, workers have been doing overtime all week so they could clock off early. At the Glad Abbott pub in Bury St Edmunds, they'd already had a result before a ball had been kicked. Landlord Chris Rudge had been told his electricity would be turned off today for repair work. But after one of his customers got a national newspaper involved, the power company relented.
Monday, we had EDF representatives from EDF came in and said the power was going to be cut off at 4 o'clock until 4:30. And I said, I'm sorry. I said, but you're having a laugh, mate. I said, we've got a major football match on.
Not everyone was so lucky. The RAC predicted an early rush hour this lunchtime, adding to the stress of car-bound fans. But by 3 o'clock, things were noticeably quieter. A good time to travel if you weren't bothered about the football. So to the game, potentially England's last at this World Cup. But a much improved performance from Fabio Capello's men was capped in the first half by Jermaine Defoe's goal. Not quite so raucous in the A&E waiting room at the Norfolk and Norwich Hospital. Completely deserted as the goal went in.
If you look at the figures for today, I mean, we've had 11 patients in since 2 p.m. and normally we get about 30 patients per hour. So 26 patients since 12 o'clock. It's quite a lot less than what we'd normally see.
Back to the action and a nervous second half ahead at Notre Dame School in Norwich, where teacher Rob Connolly was watching his boyhood friend Norfolk's Matthew Upson make his first World Cup appearance. In fact, a nervous second half for England fans everywhere. The final whistle and England's win greeted with jubilation. But that's not quite the end of the story. An injury-time goal in Pretoria for the USA was greeted with equal jubilation on the American Air Force Base at Mildenhall in Suffolk, as it sent the USA through on top of the group. And the best thing for all of us, we get to do it all again in the second round on Sunday. So celebrations going on well into the evening here and right the way across East Anglia, no doubt. Of course, it's excellent news for everyone. England is now through to the last 16. Now, they will play their next match on Sunday at 3 o'clock. We don't yet know who they'll play. We'll find that out tonight. Those two matches are going to be played live on ITV1, so keep watching for that. The fans here, though, they are just absolutely delighted because, of course, England's World Cup dreams remain, for now at least, alive.
Emma, thanks very much indeed. I expect there'll be a few more people in that A&E department over the next few hours.
It might start getting a bit busier now. Maybe.
Yes, we're joined now in the studio by our sports correspondent, Donovan Blake. Donny, you were watching the game too, of course, but you watched it with Matthew Upson's old friend and a few other people as well.
Yes, my nerves are shredded, I can tell you that now. But yes, Rob Connolly, a friend of Matthew Upson, works at Notre Dame High School in Norwich. That's where I was this afternoon. And as the national anthem was taken, a sense of pride for Matthew Upson, as he stood alongside his teammates. And after England took the lead, it was all about how Upson and the defence would cope. A real old battle at times, hard work against the Slovenian attack, and definitely a heart-stopping moment, as we'll see coming up in a second from Matthew Upson. This last-ditch tackle and relief for all England fans at full-time as well. And also for Rob Connolly, who thought his good friend did well on the day.
As you say, a few dodgy moments, I think a few tense moments, but the challenge at the end, one would hope that should show Fabio that, yeah, pick me next time.
But Donny, over the last, week, we haven't been able to avoid, there's drama today, but there's been drama off the pitch, hasn't there? Some serious drama. Do you think that England can put their troubles behind them? How far can we go?
I hope they've bonded a little bit after the result
so,
today,
yeah.
anyway. But mission accomplished. They've qualified. They haven't won the group, as Emma said earlier. They finished second because of the USA, which means England play the winners of Group D, which is either Ghana, which is the current leaders, Germany or Serbia. And one of those two games which is taking place tonight is Ghana against Germany. So the winners of that are likely to win the group. It could be Serbia, of course, though, but who would have thought that Germany could be a situation where they not even qualify in the group?
Wouldn't that be remarkable if that happens? And all that's happening tonight on ITV.
Yes.
Both those matches, all the coverage starts at 7 o'clock.
That's it, and they kick off at 7:30.
Fantastic. Yeah, cheers, Donny. Well, it's now 8 minutes